For a look at what's happening down on the farm and around the Oilers prospect pool, I'm Chris Westcott for Oilers TV, and this is Miners Minute. Jordan Osterley represented the Bakersfield Condors at the AHL All-Star Weekend in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Osterley helped the West notch a win in the skills competition with a good showing in the puck control relay and a goal in the breakaway relay. Osterley has 17 points in 23 games this season for the Condors. Let's keep things with Condors defenseman and talk about Griffin Reinhart, who's really come along lately. In his last 5 games, the defenseman has 3 goals and 2 assists. And goaltender Nick Ellis stopped a career-high 44 shots on Saturday in a win against Texas. The victory puts the Condors 6 points out of a playoff spot. That will do it for this week. Hungry for more content? Well, Paul Gazzola has his weekly Future Watch article at EdmontonOilers.com, and I'll have another episode for you next week on Oilers TV.
We are starting to get a much better idea of what we can see come into Ice District. A brand new Body by Bennett location will be in the JW Marriott come fall 2018 in Simon. That's really not that far away.
Jessica, we are pumped about it. 218, you're right. It is not that far away. A year and a bit is going to go real fast. We are heavy into the planning and the organization. You see the building going up. It's like it's happening right before our eyes. And we are going to operate, the L4 and L5 level, and it's going to be an exciting concept for Edmonton. We can't wait to unveil it.
Literally in the heart of Edmonton's biggest project. Now, Simon, you and your team train the Oilers when they're not on the ice, of course, and Simon is going to be showing us some NHL-style workouts that you can do at home as well. Simon, what do we have?
Excellent. So, okay, first of all, what I want to say is that there are many different styles of exercises that you can do with players, right? Sometimes we're working in, sometimes we're working out. When we're working out, it's kind of what people would typically understand to be maybe a little bit more testosterone kind of driven type of training. And then sometimes we're working,
workout?
Correct, okay. Right? And then sometimes we're working in to try to really balance out the body. And so that's really what I'm going to show you today is NHL style stuff that we do with players, because our players, like hockey players in general, live in a flexion dominated type environment, right? And so our job as strength and conditioning specialists is to try to counteract a lot of what's happening in that world, right? So the first one I want to show you is an exercise that we're going to do over on the box here, right?
So now people at home, if they don't have this piece of equipment, what can they do it on?
They could use a couch, they could use a small table. It's really, as you can see, it's just needing something that's about 12 inches high, okay. Just enough to elevate your elbows, right?
Perfect, okay.
So place the elbows down,
yep.
That's it, good. Now what I want you to do is I want you to now tuck your head between your arms and then slide your hips back, right? Keeping the spine nice and straight, right? Let's bring the arms up and then not let the elbows slide off the table, right? And then as you slide into that, just can you feel the stretch into this upper back, right?
I can, and it feels great.
And that's perfect. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pop out of that, right? So you're going to come forward, pop out of that, and then you're going to come back in, right? Trying to find a little bit more of that end range, right? And then coming up out of it. And you do that 8 or 9, 10 times, right? All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, you ready for number 2?
Oh, I'm ready. My back's feeling open. I'm ready to go.
Great, it just gets better.
Oh, okay,
it just gets
I love
better
it,
from there.
I love it.
So I have a dowel here, right? This could be like a broomstick. So like if you're somebody at home and you're like, you've got the broom or even like I've seen the mop and stuff like that, you just unscrew the mop,
perfect.
Right? And then you have your dowel, right?
Love it.
So this is again a 12-inch box, which is perfect, but if you had 8 inches, that would be fine as well, right? It really doesn't matter. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna step forward onto the block, right? And then what I wanna do is I wanna push the stick up over my shoulders, right? And then I'm gonna come back out of that. And then I'm gonna alternate to the opposite side. Good. Now, so Jessica, on the second round here, now you're gonna go off to the side, right? So you're gonna reach up, so you're gonna bend the top elbow.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's it. And so this spine is only designed to rotate so much. So we want to make sure that we're not trashing out that lower back joint, right? But you should feel that stretch all the way through that upper back, right?
This is great.
And then you're going to touch it and then come back out.
And then step back.
Nice. And then you'll go to the opposite side.
Close enough for you guys. What's the mood in here as it gets to 3 in a row now?
Yeah, there's obviously a sense of urgency now. We understand that, playoff race, stuff happens quick, stuff changes quick, and you got to nip these right in the butt. So, 3 tough ones. Tonight I thought we did a lot of good things. A little bit unlucky, a few posts late in the game, even in the second period. So I don't think anyone's panicked or anything like that, but we got to find ways to win games.
Are goals just getting harder to come by, or are you guys kind of not finishing the way you were earlier on?
I think maybe we're just not finishing. I mean, I think you look at the chances we've had over the last few games, especially tonight. A lot of posts. You look at Nashville, missed empty nets and that kind of thing. So we just got to bear down around the net, and every team goes through it. Before the break, we were talking about how good everything was going, and we found a way to slip, and that's the way it goes. It's a long season. You're not going to be perfect for 82 games.
That's the mental thing that you guys have to stay on top of, right? You can't start freaking out, but you got to be urgent at the same time.
You got. Everyone has a sense of urgency. It's getting down to the crunch time. Teams are you saw how the last 2 games we played. It's all in the middle. Everything's dropped down, and so we got to find a way to figure that out. And if that's chipping pucks in and getting our forecheck game going a little bit better, I think that's obviously going to help.
Montreal.
Anyone else? Came out and the performance was overall?
I mean, it's tough. It's very easy to be frustrated out there. I mean, I think overall we played a pretty good game. And so, it's tough. I mean, we got to just stick with the game plan here because we know we can play some really good hockey, and we showed that before the break. So we got to get back on the winning train here and quick.
Is the urgency to get back on, especially with this 3-game slide, the urgency starting to seep in that you guys need to get some wins and keep up with Anaheim and San Jose?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, next game is going to be huge for us, finishing off strong here. And, I mean, we have some really important games ahead of us, so we got to set ourselves in a really good spot here.
What's the mood here? I mean, just not too long ago, confidence was at like an all-time high. Where are you guys at now?
I mean, we still have a good feeling. I mean, we talked about it just before you guys came in. It's very easy to be frustrated in this situation. I mean, but I think we did some really good things out there. But obviously, Carolina did some really good things too. And the goalie played good, and we got to give him credit. But I mean, the next game is going to be huge for us to finish off strong here.
Is it good that it's in Montreal? It's not a hard place to get up for a hockey game.
No, it's very easy to be motivated to go in there. I mean, it's always fun to go into Montreal. It's tough games, and it's very fun to play there.
Thanks.
not winning, did you feel like that was maybe the best game by the club after the All-Star break?
Yeah, it was. I think we've got better in each of the games. The first one was obviously not very good. Second one we competed. Tonight was a pretty gutsy effort by our group to go down a D-man real early in the game and then basically go down another one in the third. Playing on fumes with 4 guys, just not enough in the gas tank. And at the end of the day, the power plays that we had, we couldn't find a way to put one in the net, and they were able to get one off Clef's foot. So that was the difference in the night. But I thought it was a good game on our behalf. Not a lot of complaints other than not getting the win.
Do you need to guard against the mood going south? Is that something you have to be concerned?
We're behaving properly after the game. Nobody's happy that we lost. But the players we're not a young team. The players understand when they give each other a pretty good effort and they empty the tank on the ice surface. They understand when maybe the breaks don't go your way and the other team gets in the way sometimes. So they're evaluating themselves pretty good. A win is all we're playing for next night, and we'll go from there. But in an 82-game schedule, the top teams go through spells where it doesn't go their way. And we were winning the 1-goal games 3 weeks ago, and now we're finding a way to be 1 goal short. So we'll fix it.
Kind of a good thing you're going into Montreal. It's a pretty easy game to get up for. And
I'm not worried about our team getting up for games. They're excited about playing. Obviously, the Minnesota one was one that I questioned, but I thought we were up for the Nashville game. We were certainly up for this game, and I'm not concerned about that. Playing in Montreal, Toronto, some of those Eastern Canadian cities, it's a reward for players from in and around that area, and we'll be ready to play.
The update on Benning, he ran into a pretty big boy.
Yeah, he obviously didn't return, and we'll see how he is in the morning. Good.
Thanks, Todd. We're here in beautiful Los Angeles, where hockey's greatest stars converge for the 2017 NHL All-Star Weekend. And now it's time for Sportsnet Brightest Stars Showdown, where we pit 2 of the week's biggest plays against each other and let you, the fans, decide on a winner. Last week, Lucic's massive hit stole the show, and Angelica, you are our fan winner. This week, it's Zach Kassian's goal against Anaheim versus Cam Talbot's save against Antoine Vermette.
Across the blue line, he is thwarted by Letestu. Racing for it is Kassian. Zach Kassian backhand scores! Zach Kassian! He's got a 5-game point streak, and the Oilers have a 3-0 lead.
See that, Zach Kassian, the extra gear, and that allows him to cut to the backhand. Gibson can't pick up that pass, and the great celebration from Zach Kassian.
Kasha turns, lets it go, sharp angle, rebound. What a save by Talbot as he absolutely robbed Antoine Vermette.
What a save by Cam Talbot. Antoine Vermette robbed with the right pad of Cam Talbot.
So who will it be this week, Kassian or Talbot? Vote for your favorite Brightest Stars moment at EdmontonOilers.com/BrightestStars, or reply directly to the Facebook or Twitter post with your selection, and be sure to tag Sportsnet and the Oilers along with the hashtag Brightest Stars. You do that and it gives you a chance to win 2 tickets to Rogers Place when the Oilers host the Ducks April 1st. The experience includes complimentary food and beverage and a behind-the-scenes tour of Rogers Place. Our weekly winners will be joining all weekly winners in the Sky Lounge at the game on April 1st. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/BrightestStars for full contest rules and regulations and to cast your vote. It's Sportsnet Brightest Stars Showdown. Will you be the winner?